Hello and welcome back to the Sample Focus channel. This is a video I've been wanting to make for a while, how to make a beat similar to Pharrell and the Neptunes, which to me are one of the most influential beat makers in history. This is not to exactly copy, but it's more to get inspired and to try to understand how they make stuff and what we can take from that to our own style and make our own thing inspired by that. So what we're going to try to do in this video is take a look at what are for me the fundamentals of their music, or at least some of them, because they do have a very versatile catalog, but we're going to try to get the essence. The first thing, which I think is also one of the most important, is the group. The Neptunes and Pharrell with his own beats, they have a very particular drum group. Very simple, but at the same time very effective. And that's something that is gonna be recurrent in this whole video, which is simple stuff that works. When you think of a traditional hip-hop beat, especially at the time, you think of something like this. But the Neptunes were doing something more like this. And you can notice that there is a lot of space between sounds. The sounds are very dry but punchy, and the group just works in a very unique way. So the first thing we're going to want to do is actually go and look for some sounds. For that, I'm going to head to samplefocus.com. I'm going to download 4 kicks, 4 snares, 4 hi-hats and 4 percussive elements. So we make a drum kit on Ableton. This can work. Okay, we're gonna get that. Now let's look for snare. Let's look for hip-hop. This is what I'm talking about. This is good. Sometimes with percussion, the sounds you don't even think about using end up being really cool ones to use. If you don't come from a percussion background in your life, like playing percussion or whatever, like it's not a very obvious thing. You try to use sounds that you like and maybe they are not the best. There are really good percussive sounds in Sample Focus. I like this. I like this. This is what I'm looking for. Let's look for a maybe synth sound that we can sample. I like this chord. Okay, we're in Ableton. What I did is place a drum rack here, and then I'm going to go to my download folder and just throw here all of the sounds we downloaded. You can just select them all, hold shift, and you select the last one. Boom, you drag them here. Let's try to come up with the group we talked about, a simple group. 100 BPM, maybe 97, yeah. You can play with your keyboard or if you have a MIDI controller. When I record, I have a lot of latency, but I usually play all of my stuff so it's more natural. If you can record, I would recommend that you get used to it, especially if you want to do hip-hop related music. I'm going to play with the velocity of each note, which is like the volume. Is this thing right here. I'm going to edit this fill so it fits in the tempo that we are working with. So I'm going to play with the transpose here, and I'm going to cut and make a fade out. The idea here is to make like a 1-bar loop. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make this very nice, and then we are going to duplicate it and do slight changes so it doesn't get too repetitive. I like this loop right now, which is very simple. We're going to duplicate now with this button, duplicate. So now we can delete some of the parts. For example, we can delete this here. Now I'm going to add different effects to certain sounds. For example, this cowbell that I added here, I'm going to add reverb because it's too dry. Not too much reverb anyway. Perfect. Now we can even duplicate this one again and make few changes now because I made a lot last time. I know I said keep it simple, but it's so hard when you are grooving to the beat. And that's what I meant when I said it's okay to try to copy, to learn. But if you are in the process of copying and you are kind of going into another direction, go for it. Don't force whatever you are doing to be something. Go with the flow. If your beat is asking you to go like this or like that, do it. I know this is a tutorial, so it doesn't make sense to go that off the rails. So I'm trying to stay in a way that this could still be a Neptunes style beat. So now that we have our drum pattern, we are going to go for our sounds. And Neptunes use either very nice synthesized sounds or they sample stuff. So we are going to go with the sample route because I got a couple sounds. Again, if you can play around and don't have latency, which I do, when I play, look how much it... But you do it if you can. It's a lot more fun. So what I'm going to do is add some release here. So we have a little tail, not the whole thing, but a little bit of tail. That last note was not what we want. I'm going to even add some more effects, make it sound bigger than it is. Yeah, maybe some very small reverb, like almost unnoticeable reverb. Something like that. Okay, let's see what other sounds we have. Another element very present is like repeating a note and making like a synth or a sample work as a percussive element. So like something like that. I think it's not the note, but okay, I'm going to try to record that. So now I'm going to edit this. I recorded this with the latency. I don't know if I've been pronouncing it latency, but it's like latency. I think it kind of works in this case because it's so dragged from the grid, from where it should be, that it's kind of the vibe that we want here. Let's make some velocity change too. All of these details add a lot of personality to the end result, so work hard on the details. Yeah, I mean, it's not perfect, but it has the vibe. It's missing some stuff still. I know I said keep it simple, but I wanna add like a response to this. I don't know if you know what I mean. Like if this part was like a question, that's like the answer I'm looking for. And I want it to be like a percussive, maybe this. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. Like that. Okay, let's add a bass now. No idea what kind of bass we want. I'm going to look for the note by ear, like trying to find what sounds good. When you are looking for a bass, it's easier to work on higher notes, higher octaves, and then you transpose it down. Maybe this. I'm not sure if I like this. I want it to be more... Maybe 2 notes. I'm not sure. So maybe we can do another part. I know the Neptunes doesn't have crazy beat changes, but let's do a little bit change so we get a different type of Pharrell Neptunes beat, because like I said, all of their beats are very different. This bassline is sounding more like the Neptunes, so maybe it's a good tip to start with the bassline, I don't know. This sounds great. So let me look for some type of plucky thing. I am looking for a particular sound. This whole section that comes, the camera turned off while I was recording the beat, so I can't re-record that part of the camera. The microphone is good, you are not going to see my face for what is left of the video, except this part, where I'm saying hello, so yeah. Something like that. Okay, I got it recorded now. I think I like this part more. I'm going to make a slight change here. Ta-da-ta-da-ta. Ta-da-ta-ta-da-ta-da-ta. Ta-da-ta-ta-da-ta. Ta-da-ta-ta-da-ta. So we have more silence in the middle. And now let's finish this because this video is going to be long, and I think the key aspects of how to approach this style of beat making, we got that. I think the last touch could be like doing like the Pharrell intro just for the sake of doing it. It's gotta be 4. Okay. This is the final result. I know it's not perfect. I know it's not the Neptunes because I am not the Neptunes. You are not the Neptunes and nobody is the Neptunes. So if you're gonna take something away from this video, try to use what you like about people that inspires you and take a little bit from this, a little bit from that, and make your own thing.
I'm sorry, baby.
Thanks for watching. Check out samplefocus.com. That's where I got all of the samples. You get credits every week to download samples for free. And if you run out of those credits, you can get more by uploading your own samples. You contribute, you get rewarded. If you have a suggestion for me to cover a topic, a style of beat, a tutorial of whatever, let us know. It's all very, very much appreciated. See you.